communication tool in the history of the world. The lowest form of communication is text-based email. The best marketing tool in history is the video. Let me illustrate this for you. If you get nothing out of today, this is worth it, okay? Watch this. There's 3 ways that we can communicate to human beings. Anytime 2 humans meet, somebody's selling the other person. Just ways. You're either buying somebody's story or you're selling your story. It's 2 ways. There's 3 tools that we have as human beings. We have the words that we use, we have our voice tonality, and we have our body language. You need all 3. Let me tell you what the stats tell us. 7%. The biggest challenge salespeople have is they're so scared about what to say the wrong things, they say wrong. They're just freaked out about what to say. Guys, it's 7%. Voice tonality. Who wants to guess a little easier? Who wants to guess how important my voice tonality is? If I'm speaking slowly, softly, quickly, how important is my voice?
45%.
Okay, everybody else? Who's good at math? 55% of my communication with you right now is my body language. 38% is my voice, 7% my words. When you look at the sales process, we look at the marketing process, we spend all of our time freaking out about this. We spend no time thinking about this. You know when you hear about it's not what you say, it's how you say it? When I went to Portugal, I had never been to Portugal, I can't speak Portuguese, the whole audience didn't really understand English that well. It was incredible because we could communicate. Not because of this. It was because of this part. This is why I love video, Skype so much. Anybody watch Oprah recently? She's using video Skype every day in her shows now. Video Skype. When Oprah uses it, you know it's mass media, okay? And the client was writing an RFP, a request for proposals, looking for some ad agencies or some marketing help. And the guy beside him, which is the partner, he had opened our video email. And it just started playing. It just started talking, and it was a little podcast that we did. And he goes, all of a sudden I heard you talking about all these things that I was writing my RFP. Next thing we know, George drives from Savannah, Georgia on Wednesday to have lunch with me in St. Augustine because we sent him that video email, and the video email resonated. Now, if I had sent the exact same email in a text, do you think he would have gotten it? No, because he didn't even get the email. His friend in the other office got it, and he heard me talking off the email. Okay? That's just my one example from last week, and that's probably $1 million deal for us. We wrote a manual on how to do a launch, and that's exactly what it is. You start with a friends and family event, there's a founders meeting. We wrote a book on how to do that. It's an enormous amount of work, it's very expensive, and it absolutely works. So typically what you do, when you have a project, I'll kind of give you a timeline. I'll just show you a typical timeline of how it works. So let's say maybe you haven't closed on the property yet. So literally, when you start doing your letter of intent on the property, before you closed on it, the marketing's already started. You've shot your photography. When you see those Montecito ones that sold out, they have incredible photography. Those guys hired professional photographers that came in from out of town and they shot it. They have incredible videos. You have to get so between the letter of intent stage, before you get see the closings over here, there's a whole bunch of marketing that gets done before you close. So the day you close on your property, the marketing started. What I mean by that is the development. Typically what's happening now is you're already meeting with all the top realtors and brokers. You've already done your research. Who are the top 10 brokers in that town? And you've already had lunches or dinners with them. And you're building the buzz. Hey, this is coming. You're starting to build those one-on-one relationships. You're sending letters to your friends and family list and saying, hey, we've got something exciting coming up. So there's a whole pile of things that's a whisper campaign. Your first direct mail is going to a friends and family list, maybe people that you know or you've done a previous development for. All of this happens, you have your friend the last thing you want to do is start advertising. The advertising is at the end. So typically what happens on a friends and family event, and we worked on one with Avalon. So in Avalon, we never ran any ads. What we did is the developer had a friends and family list, their investors had friends and family lists. We did some direct mail, we did some emails, and we just invited them to a one-day event. And that was what, last June? Yep. Last June in Biloxi, Mississippi. What happened at that event?
We sold 60 units that time.
And there was no advertising prior to that. So that was purely that friends and family, but you've got to give them a hell of a deal though. One thing that I hope that you guys watched when you saw the Montecito ones is they always price things below market. So when we did our Montecito comps, we were at least 5% below market. Always, sometimes more. So when people go, why are people lining up for your events? It wasn't just because we had a hell of a party, we had great marketing. We were giving people a deal. So yeah, we could have tried to get 5% more in our price, but we'd still be sitting here 3 years later trying to sell our last 10 units like most developers are. So you got two options. You can blow it out, or you can drain out every ounce but be here 5 years from now. It's two different strategies. What's easy to do is go spend 85 grand this week on USA Today. That's easy. Spending money is easy. The hard part is doing all this other stuff.